What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review Scream Season 2, Episode 2, titled Psycho. Spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me less than 2 minutes to recap the episode, give you the pros, cons, and final score. Disappointing episode. And I'm going to be honest, man. I've seen hours and hours and hours of TV shows. But this tonight was one of the most boring episodes I've seen in my lifetime. We'll get into it. There are a few pros to it, but there are a lot of cons. And someone pointed this out last week on the comments, and I have to say it too. What is up with your commercials, MTV? Like, you realize the commercials are like 5 minutes long? Like, the commercials are like, God, there's a lot of problems with how MTV ends up running Scream. But last week was very low ratings for Scream, which last week was a really actually great start to Scream Season 2. It was a great start having the characters back. But this episode, it just didn't feel like Scream. It didn't feel like the TV show. It felt different. It felt bland. It felt cliched. It felt just watered down. Very textbook sort of role in the way the show's going for episode 2. So either way, let's get on to it. First off, Emma might have seen it all. Of course, last week she was in Troy James' house, or at least the barn area, and she basically saw hallucinations of shit that wasn't there. So someone saw Piper's accomplice, so that's sort of a thing that Noah and Audrey are going through right now. Brooke is questioning where Jake is. Audrey is paranoid. She almost ends up getting into a fight with this girl. That she thought she was texting her, like someone's texting her. Someone's texting Audrey saying I know your secret, blah blah blah. Kind of leading up that Audrey is Piper's accomplice, but Audrey ended up kind of just going through this whole paranoid stage there at school. Brooke's dad is being very shady about Jake's disappearance. Now, Kieran doesn't have a legal guardian per se because he's living by himself and he's 17, so he has to move to Atlanta with his aunt. So anyway, Brooke is going to file a missing persons report, and she talks to the sheriff's son. Which, again, I have to go through this. I understand MTV is very, very unrealistic, but the thing is that every single person on this show, the sheriff's son and Eli, who's a new character, why? And they're not really handsome to me, but they have to be gaga. They have to be so, girls are going to love this guy. He's going to be sexy. He has to have a good bone structure. Why does everybody who comes into town has to be a fucking model? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be serious, and I'm sorry for saying, I know some people don't like curse words and everything, but why does everybody have to be a model? Why? You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to be so in shape. That's not realistic. Everybody who goes to their school is a model. That is so, and Kieran's 17, he looks like a 24-year-old. How is he 17? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't add up, really, how they do this show. Either way, Brooke talks to the sheriff's son. He's obviously... And listen, they're really making him out to be part of this killer thing. Maybe he's a psycho. Maybe he's, they're making it out to be like that. Either way, it's predictable. Whether he becomes a killer, or whether they're doing that to make us think he's the killer, but he doesn't become the killer. It's still predictable. Both ways, it's still predictable. I have a feeling they're not going to make him be a bad person, but the way they're making it, if they're going to be that obvious, he's basically a bad person. But I think they're making him look bad, but he's not going to be bad. He's just going to be very psycho. So Jake texts back, actually, because she's going to send a boob pic. Wow. Brooke doesn't really have melons, but Jake's jerk could do so much better. I mean, Brooke's very beautiful, she is, but he could do better with boob pics. I'm being honest. I'm not trying to be rude to the actress. I mean, she's a very beautiful girl, but come on, man, come on. He's dead either way, so it doesn't really matter, I guess, because Jake's never gonna see her boobs again. Either way, Emma has a panic attack. You know, she sees this whole Piper thing in... Like, why do you still go to the same... Is that how much, like, MTV has a budget just to be in the shop there? Like, why does she go to the same place? You know what I mean? It's just... It's very... You know, she overcomes her fears after that with Kieran... And they're at the dock and they end up having sex and everything. Eli is Kieran's cousin, by the way. So, hey, Eli ran into Emma earlier in the school. And he's all like, hey, I don't go to this school. It's okay, Emma. How do you know my name? Doesn't everybody know your name? Walks away. That was bad acting. I'm sorry. That's just bad acting in general. That's Sci-Fi Channel level acting there. Sharknado acting. Either way, so that happens, man. Noah has an interview with this guy, and Audrey has a voice modulator. She ends up calling him and being like, "Don't tell him anything. I'll cut you up." So, you know, he doesn't end up telling Noah all the secrets and information. Kieran and the family will stay because Eli and the aunt are psychopaths some way or another. So someone is following Emma, and Noah has a new lead, basically this storage that he's going to go check out later, but Audrey gets to it first. Jake's body's in the storage, by the way. Somebody put Jake's body in there, and it said, like, I did the job for you before you got to him, Audrey. And then Emma's dad is back. That's basically the end, or big reveal, besides Jake being in the storage, that Emma's dad is back. I saw all of Season 1. I enjoyed Season 1, but I don't really remember much of Emma's dad. I think I saw him one time, maybe, within the episodes. Oh my god, Emma's dad's back. Wow. He was stalking her throughout the whole thing. Okay. I'm going to get started with the pros because we could get through that easier, very quick. I did like Emma at times. Like, just through times I did like, you know, because it really focused more on Emma. I understand not every episode has to be a wee. Not everybody has to die in an episode. No, it doesn't have to be like that. But when it's the second episode and, you know, maybe somebody didn't see Season 1, like, say if my friend didn't see Season 1, and then he's watching Season 2. In the second episode, he'd be bored out of his mind. I saw all of Season 1, and I'm still bored out of my mind in Episode 2, dude. Emma, at times, they did focus a lot on Emma, and parts of it were good. There were parts that Emma was actually pretty good. But Noah and Audrey, they're probably the best things about this episode, really. Just those two together, and you feel a little romance going on, like where Noah and Audrey could have a thing going on one day, unless Audrey has to kill Noah for reasons. The only cons I have to say about this episode, which are a lot of cons, it's slow, very slow paced. It was boring. A very boring episode. Cliched, and excuse my language, but cliched as fuck. The opening, oh my god, we have to go. Okay, Emma, let's go. We gotta run. And then afterwards, like, she's walking, and then Eli's there, and he's like, so this Lakewood day. Like, just, it's so cliched. Drops the 2 cups, slow motion. Oh my god. I understand Scream is cliched, but when the whole episode is based off cliches, you kind of lose me. Kieran is back, as in last week, Kieran didn't talk to Emma throughout the episode. And all of a sudden, she's with Kieran. Then why wasn't he there most of the episode last week? Also, Eli and the aunt. I don't care. Don't show me this storyline. Does every single person who is in the show has to be a psychopath? And the whole cliche look of Audrey, every single scene of Audrey. Yeah. I wonder who that killer was, or what are they hiding? We know Audrey did something. Can you stop playing it off like she did something, we're just hiding it from the other characters? We know she did something. So stop playing it off like that. I'm triggered right now. And last but not least, Jake's death reveal. Jake. Drop flashlight. Run away. Are you gonna grab the pins that says Audrey and everything out of his body at least? Jake. I would be like, oh, Jake, no! But she's like, Jake. Do you see where I'm coming from? Like, I'm not trying to hate on the show for no, it deserves this episode to be just trashed on. It was just, trigger. I'm triggered. Overall, I'm just gonna end up giving this Scream episode a solid C, secondarily an F. It was okay at times. Literally, it's just an okay episode, but it's just shit. It's bad. It was just a bad episode of TV. The acting, the cliche, and you're gonna have people trying to justify it. You're gonna have some people try to justify the thing. What are you gonna say? It was a great episode. It wasn't. And the dad stuff, all of it was just bad. Does that make me want to stop watching Scream? No. I love these characters. But just, Jesus, Brooke this episode. Like, every character just really didn't hit me. Comment down below, tell me what you guys thought about the episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week for more Scream Season 2. Make sure to like, comment, and share. And if you enjoyed the review and you want to hear more of my reviews, TV show reviews, movie reviews, all that stuff, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, bye-bye.